Hi, I'm Anastasia, and on this channel I'm going to share lots of strategies and techniques, free resources, different methods, and practical advice to help you take your skills to the next level and step your game in music production and mixing. This channel is 1/3 theoretical part and 1/6 practical. So as I mentioned in a previous video, the key to efficiency in learning is taking one step at a time. So we are going to start with the basics and focus around one specific element that mixing and music production are based on. I'm going to dig EQ and how to actually hear the way it affects the sound by implementing it into a critical listening practice. So let's talk about EQ and how to become good at equalizing. Do this exercise every day for 20-30 minutes. You can do an hour, it's totally up to you, but let's treat this realistically. Everyone got a life with its busyness, and I find it really reasonable to practice for 20-30 minutes per day. Take in consideration that consistency is crucial, so just to take the pressure off, it's not about how long you do the ear training for. It's about showing up every day. If you can do 30 minutes, it's perfect. If you can do 10 minutes, still good. Any effort adds up. I'm going to share my favorite methods of ear training to help you really hear different frequencies in the spectrum and be able to identify them with no struggle. The first technique I'm going to share with you is the one that I looked up on Pensado's Plays YouTube channel. The link to his video will be in the description box. I'll do a quick walkthrough because you can watch a full video on his channel where Dave Pensado explains how to use this technique in details. But later I'll show you my favorite website that makes it so much easier and fun, so stay tuned until the end of the video. For this one, look for the references. The records produced and mixed by most skilled and successful producers and mixing engineers in the industry. Throw them in your DAW of choice. I'm a Logic user, but you can do it in any DAW. I have my favorite reference tracks. I really love Disclosure, and I think their records are great, but to avoid copyright issues, I'm not going to play it, but instead use an Apple Loop for this demonstration. Open an instance of stock parametric EQ and start isolating different frequency ranges in the spectrum. Pro Q3 is the best for this exercise. It's a paid plugin, but if you can afford it, go with it without any doubt. Pro Q allows you to solo and listen to specific frequencies. Here's the template that I made. I adjusted boosts and cuts. Also, I set the notes around certain frequency ranges that are balanced in the mix, to have an idea of what the final mix and masters sound like. So let me demonstrate how it works. As a free option, you can create a template where you pre-select and isolate certain frequencies. Set the boosts and cuts beforehand. So anytime you get into ear training, which I hope you're going to make a daily practice, it's already there and you're ready to go. I find 6 dB the most reasonable amount of boost or cut. Focus on the changes you make with EQ, bypass it, switch it on again. Eventually, over time, you'll develop a good sense of recognizing even smaller changes. Train your ears to memorize what those different frequencies sound like in the mix. As I mentioned before, there's a way to make it even easier for you. There are free websites dedicated to ear training that have a baked-in program to help you practice critical listening. First one is made by well-known Izotope. So this one is created by Izotope. It's quite intuitive, the design is easy on the eyes, it's nice and user-friendly. Create an account if you don't already have one. This way, it's gonna save all your progress. Let's head over equalization and try Explore feature first, because your actual ear training is going to happen in the practice and challenge stages, which involve exactly the same songs. It means that before you even start practicing, you'll have an idea of what 3 dB or 8 dB boost or cut will sound like in the lows, mids, etc. on a particular song. Switch between boosts and cuts. Listen to the changes and compare the difference between them. Spend 5 to 10 minutes and get familiar with it. Once you're done, move on to the next step. First, it teaches you how to play. Click on it. Briefly go through it. Let's do it.
I can't get no boy to love me, oh no. I can't get no boy to love me, oh no. I can't get no boy to love me, oh no. I can't get no boy to love me, I can't get no.
Try out 4 modes of practice and see what works best for you and what is more fun. Let's say you finished practicing. At this point, I'm ready to have a good challenge. And let's start with level 1. The only difference between practice and challenge modes is the timer. So now you have only 1 minute to get the right answers. It's getting a bit more intense and I love it. It stimulates you to make quicker decisions, and that's how you should work on a real mixed project. So let's repeat what we've done for practice. But this time, keep in mind you have only 1 minute to get it right. Let's do it. You can discover the rest of the practice modes and experiment with them by yourself. That's it, and on to the next one. The second website is my absolute favorite. It gives you so much choice and diversity. It literally includes everything you need for ear training. Before you hop on this website, first of all, I highly suggest to customize the settings for your practice. For the first week or 2 weeks of practice, I'd go with the following settings. You can adjust them to taste anytime later. So my practice type is matching. My frequency resolution 1 octave. Number of bands 1 band. Gain combination +6 -6 dB. Q 2. Frequency range. You don't have to cover the entire frequency spectrum. Make small but confident steps. 63 to 1000 is more than enough. Before you get right into it, same as in the previous examples, throw the songs you picked for your ear training in your DAW and for 5-10 minutes listen to the boosts and cuts and how they affect the music. I also suggest referencing any EQ cheat sheet that can be found online for free. Have a look at the frequencies characteristics in the range you set on the technical ear trainer to have a clear direction during the practice. Knowing what you hear gives you a better understanding of the changes the EQ does to the sound. Now I decided that I'm going to jump between 63, 125, 250, 500, and 1000 Hz, so I'll look up those. For example, boosting 63 cycles will make the sound thin or boomy. Cutting would lead to a lack of bottom, and so on. It's time to practice. Go back to Technical Ear Trainer website, load your reference track in or a drum loop, anything really. Now play the song. By default, it will play the original file. While you're playing your song, click on Question and listen to what changes have been applied to the song. Drag the slider up or down to dial in the settings. Start with what's more obvious to you. I can clearly tell it's a boost. After you've made the decision regarding your response, go ahead and click Check Answer, and it will show you whether you got it right or wrong. On the right, there's a timer. To spice it up a bit, set your time limit up to 30 seconds. There is also a counter that shows the number of questions you answered, your question score, and your average score. You can use the keyboard shortcuts as well. Great website, it does the job well. There is the third website that does similar job. It's also great for a technical listening purpose. I've used it for a while until I came across the Technical Ear Trainer. This website also has great features, so don't overlook this one. On AudioChuck, you can find multiple audio tests and exercises for your ear training. Last but not least, I'd like to mention that this practice doesn't feel like hard work at all, because you're listening to a favorite music and having so much fun. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy getting the job done when all you have to do is listen to the songs that you love? So now I hope you have an idea of how this practice works. Use it in your advantage. Don't work hard, work smart. Don't miss the opportunity to improve your skills faster and get the real results that don't take a lifetime to achieve. Guys, all the links will be in the description box. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please give it a like and subscribe so you won't miss another video, because I'll be sharing a lot of cool stuff here. So until the next time, see you! Bye bye!